Hey there, folks. We're here for our Saturday service.
Our 7th night of Hanukkah.
Yep.
Celebrating with the Messianic people, friends.
So we're out here in Dogtown, St. Louis area, and we're getting ready to go in now, and that's the place there. Kind of almost looks residential.
I think there's a building behind there with a cross on it.
We're going to go check it out, folks. Here we go.
Exciting.
Keys in here.
It says for access, call
Is this the right building?
this number.
There you go. Okay.
I hear voices that way. Just to touch it and remember.
Here we are in our humble little service here.
Maybe we should just do one or a couple.
Some incredible
Because we're up to seven candles, so that'd be.
pretty
each
amazing.
menorah would need 8 candles.
It's very nice.
So you guys do. You look familiar.
Hey there, friends. This is Chaplain Kenny, and very happy to see you today. It's a nippy day. It's 33 degrees outside on this cool December day. 2018 this year. Yeah. Just driving in beautiful Granite City, Illinois, and taking a little afternoon cruise. It's a Saturday. Went to the Messianic Jewish celebration today, and that was pretty cool. Carolyn went with me. Man, that was nice, because Carolyn really doesn't ever get to go to church anymore, man. She works on Sundays, and luckily this place, they have their service on Saturdays, so we were able to go. It was really cool. Very nice welcome by the small congregation there. And frankly, folks, it's just, we've been out of fellowship with, we haven't had a regular church for a while. And we love the folks at our old church, Unity Baptist Church. We love you guys. So no personal offense that we're no longer there. It's just that I don't want to look like a church hopper, but you know what? I mean, ultimately, the only thing that I'm concerned about is what Jesus thinks. And I don't mean that in an offensive way, but as long as I'm doing what I think the Lord wants me to do, and or striving to do that, I should say, because a lot of times it don't really line up, and He has to correct me. You know, something cool about God is once you become a believer, if you're His child, you never have to experience the wrath of God. Isn't that a cool thought? So I wanted to share a little story with you. This was back when I was on the road with, I think it was Diamante Records at the time. And I did tons of traveling. I was a field sales representative. Well, I think was my official title. And field sales rep is what we called ourselves back then. You know, we were always on the road, had an itinerary. We'd try to loop things, you know, start at home and then loop all the way back until we ended up, you know, back on the home ground again. At this time, I was living in Independence, Missouri, if I remember correctly. And I was headed from Kansas City down to Joplin, Missouri. And anyway, I'm heading down south. I think the interstate, if I remember right, is 71, if I remember right. So anyway, I'm heading down there, and I see this dude hitchhiking on the shoulder of the road. Except it's not a typical hitchhiker situation at all. Because this guy, it looks like someone unloaded a pickup truck with all of his stuff and him in it. And he's on the shoulder of the road. All that stuff is stacked all around him, and he's there trying to hitch a ride. You know, back then I drove a really big, I called it a hippie van, but now when I think hippie van, I only think VW van, pretty much, almost. But it was a big full-size van, and it had the wooden panels and stuff. It's pretty cool, man. Loved that old car, man. That was cool, and it had a lot of room in it. Anyway, I'm a Christian, man. I try to be. Oh, I should say I am one, and I try to act like one. So I passed this guy up and was trying to ignore the tugging inside, where I really felt like the Spirit of God was telling me to pick this guy up, man. Like, what were his chances? What are the odds of this guy getting picked up with all that stuff, you know? I mean, first of all, you got to have a truck. Also, you got to have a willing heart. Also, the bed of the truck has to be open. I mean, there's so many things to keep in mind. And I knew I could have squeezed his stuff in that big old van. So, man, I passed the dude up, get to the very next exit, and it wasn't far up. It was maybe a mile up the road. I take that exit. I knew the Lord wanted me to pick him up, so I'm sorry, Jesus. I'm praying, you know, sorry, Lord. I'm going to go back and get him right now. So I took that exit, and the exit went right around. You know, it was one of those ones that comes right back around like this, and the dude ain't there. That was an angel, my friends. You can tell me anything you want. But unless they had some like high school football team that came by with a school bus and loaded his stuff up in the time that it took me to get to that exit and whip it around, there ain't no way. It's just not possible. All right, now see, that's not as much of a mind-blowing miracle as the one with the Eric Clayton Savior Machine sticker on the Bible. That one was there. That was a miracle for sure, man. But this one's kind of cool too, so I figured I'd share it with you, yeah, because I like it.